Okay, so we're going to talk a bit about the best way to approach the 90-word question that appears on both the higher and the foundation exam. So you'll see at the top you've got a bit of information about the context of what you need to write about. So here we can see we're writing to our friend in Switzerland, and we're writing about mobile phones, the internet and social networks. That just gives us a little bit of context. We can then have a look at the bullet points to know what exactly about that topic we need to focus on. And remember, you're going to have to write in 3 time frames here. So my next job is to determine which tense I need to respond to for each of these bullet points. So I can see here the first one, we're just writing something about mobile phones, so that's one of our present tense. And we'll generally see 2 present tense bullet points, one in the past tense and one in the future tense. We've then got the next one here, which is our how you find social media, so another one in the present tense. And then we've got here this in letzter Zeit, which is our time frame that helps us to identify this is in the past tense, something recently that you've done. And then our next time frame here, the heute Abend, so this evening, which tells us that it's the future tense. Now, when you're responding to these, what I would suggest is to not use any of the language in the bullet points apart from the time phrase. So if you need to recycle anything in here, try and limit it to just the time phrase that's in there. Otherwise, you're going to really overcomplicate your response by trying to include some of these other bits of information. Now, with this, I'd be noting down next what kinds of structures I need for each of these bullet points. So in the present tense, try and stick on these to using an opinion phrase with a reason. So we might be using things like ich mag, ich hasse, and so on. And remember, if you're using a second verb there, then that will be at the end. So think about benutzen or machen and so on. So ich mag mein Handy benutzen. Ich mag meine Hausaufgaben machen. And then we may decide that we're going to use the gern and nicht gern structure as well. So ich mache gern or ich mache nicht gern. And remember to give some opinions there as well, using either weil, which sends your verb to the end, or using den, which keeps our usual word order. Then we're going to look at the past tense, so what we've done recently. We may decide to stick to that time frame and start with in letzter Zeit, or we may just say gestern, because that would incorporate that would be something you've done recently if you're saying gestern. Habe ich, and then gemacht, or whatever language you're using for this bullet point. And then we've got the future tense, so heute Abend, we can recycle that time phrase, heute Abend, werde ich, and then remember your infinitive at the end here. So herunterladen, for example. And just remember to give some nice varied opinions with that as well. One thing to note when you're writing these, and you've done your little plan, so spend a few minutes doing like I've just done here at the top, so you've got your plan, reminding yourself of those structures, to keep 4 distinct sections in your response. You need to make this as easy as you can for the examiner so they can see, right, the first one, we can definitely see this person's responded to that first bullet point. The second section here, you've left a line in between, so you can really see that this student has referred to and responded to the second bullet point. Now, your main thing is if you mix up or mess up any of your tenses, you will lose some marks for your accuracy on that, but you can still get recognition if you have included a time phrase. So please make sure that you are including in your response a time phrase, because even if your tense is wrong following that or there's a mistake in there, you can still get recognition for that.